What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast. I'm your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. We are, of course, here for our Game of Thrones discussion episode 504, Sons of the Harpy. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of our panel, starting off with our editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. Matt, what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was good. I don't know. It had my favorite scene that we see every half season or so, and that was Melisandre naked. But yeah, so that's always good.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Senior Community Manager Knuckles Goldberg, same question. What did you think of this one?
I mean, that was okay, but whatever.
Fair enough. Isaiah, what did you think of this one, man?
I liked it a lot. It was a lot of interesting stories going on. And also, Jon Snow still doesn't know nothing.
Apparently, he's got to be tired. He's got to be, at this point, kind of tired of redheaded women telling him how little he knows. Lurod, what did you think of this episode?
I liked this one a lot. It finally got a little bit of action.
Oh, yeah, quite a bit of action in this one. It's like, including... we said farewell to one of the characters that we've kind of gotten to know over the course of the show. And, let's just go ahead and kick things off. It's like, let's go ahead and start in King's Landing because a lot happened there.
Where no one's getting any action.
Yeah, not at all. It's like, and I actually got to feel bad for my man Tommen. It's like he's getting caught in this fucking war between his wife and his mother, and he ain't equipped to deal with this shit.
Mm-mm. Well, actually, just like normal life. Your wife
you should know by now, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but it's...
Hey, no, go ahead, man.
I would say Tom... I mean, I really do feel bad for him the most because he's so naive to the game that he's being used by even his wife and his mother. It's like, damn, dude. Everyone's bossing you, but you can't make your own decision. It's just like Obama. Wow.
Really, dude? The kid is only 13 years old.
Hey, he's the youngest man in office, just like Obama was. It's like, and no one still respects him.
I'm gonna hide him the next time he says Obama.
For real.
Put that out there.
Hey, now, you know it makes sense.
Interesting thing about Obama, I mean Tommen, something that happened in last night's episode.
It didn't have to be Isaiah that said it.
Yeah, somebody said it. It's all that counts.
So, something interesting, though, that I saw the second time watching last night's episode was Tommen hearing the jeers from people that he's a bastard born of incest. And that I don't think happened in the books, and I was surprised to see it here in the show.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, here in the show, it's like, if that's like the first he's hearing about this, he's literally got to be the last person in the entire Seven Kingdoms to be aware of this fact.
I think that's kind of the point, is that he's been pretty sheltered.
No, I can't agree with that. I'm pretty sure Gilly doesn't know. But that's only because she's new to the Seven Kingdoms.
No, I'm pretty sure she knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm certain she knows. Like, I mean,
pretty sure Samwell's probably said it once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, your introduction to Westeros. It's like, okay, you're on this side of the wall. There's certain things you need to know. Seven Kingdoms. Cerci fucks her brother. Just kind of just general things that one needs to know when being a citizen of Westeros.
Well, the funny thing is about the whole Jaime and Cerci's like fucking each other. It's well known within, well, not the public itself, just like in deeper side of the ruling and politics. Like, they know, it's just that they're not going to use it because.
What do you mean? Of course, it is well known in the public.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: King's Landing, like, is still high. It's
only well known in the public because Stannis wrote a public letter to everyone.
Well, because Stannis is a dick.
Stannis is a dick. You mean Stannis Baratheon, the only person trying to get the throne that has a legitimate claim to it? That's Stannis.
Yeah.
Not quite true. Daenerys Targaryen.
Legitimate as far as the Seven Kingdoms are concerned.
Okay. But in any case, there's also the fact that one of the sparrows, as it were, recently had sex with his what was she, like his aunt or something? I don't know. What the fuck?
You're talking about Lancel, right?
Yeah, like he had sex with
Lancel.
Cersei just like 2 months ago.
Had sex with Cersei. Now, just like in real life, you could say I'm sorry and all is forgiven when you join the church. Yeah, you join the church, and they say okay.
I'm just surprised that they haven't come knocking at Cersei's door.
They won't.
They might.
Yeah, they definitely might. It's like because we've seen is like that they do have this force behind them, and seriously, if Cersei honestly thinks that her sins are going to go unnoticed, she is absolutely fooling herself. She's doing all these machinations, playing all these games with the small council, trying to fuck with Margaery in any way that she can, including in this episode, the arrest of her brother. Is just all of this shit is finna catch up to her, and I don't think that she understands that. She's been in power for so long that I don't think that she understands that her power is severely limited to what it once was.
Right.
And when that lesson catches up to her, I don't think this is going to be a fun season for her.
True.
I really don't. But again, Tommen is the one I feel the worst about in all of this, because he's just caught in the middle of everything, having to become the king, and this war between his new wife and his mother, and there was absolutely nothing in his past that made him ready for any of this. I mean, let alone the leadership position of king, but all of these other political madnesses going on behind the scenes. He ain't ready for all that.
No, he's doing it wrong. It's easy. One of these women used to take care of him, and one of these women gives him poontang. It's not that difficult to choose.
Mm-hmm. But I have a question to ask.
Oh, wait a second. Before you get to that question, let me go ahead and address this like we do. We do have a user comment. Let's see. Hey, guys, just started watching. What are we talking about? Well, the name of this event is Geeks of the Round Live, Game of Thrones Episode 504. So I'm going to go ahead and let you just guess from there. Just go ahead and let that ruminate and see if you can guess what we might be talking about. Okay, so moving on.
So if Walter
shouldn't have turned on Jesse like that. I mean, really.
But
damn you, Slater!
Right. But okay, how about this? It's like if Tom was given the same treatment as Joffrey was, but not like a cruel manner way, will he rule better, or will he just be the same as a Joffrey?
Wait, say that again.
Okay, if Tom was given enough time and proper and prep time, just like Joffrey was, will he rule the same way, or will he rule differently?
Neither one of them was given any prep time.
Well, true.
And neither one of them ruled anything. I mean, Joffrey that was Tywin running the whole show.
Yeah, Joffrey was evil, but
Joffrey was just evil, dude, and he listened to his mom a lot more.
No, it was his grandfather as well. He taught him some of the things as well.
He didn't listen to Sasha or Sansa, whatever the fuck you want to call her.
Joffrey
just listened to his mom. Joffrey just listened to mom. Mommy said do this, Joffrey said this.
I was talking about Tywin.
Tywin had little influence on Joffrey.
You sure? I mean...
Positive. Go back and watch the seasons. Why do you think the little guy slapped his ass?
Well, because slapping was fun. It
was fun for us to watch.
That motherfucker got all intense. He got all wide-eyed and shit.
I mean, he was a mama's boy, straight up mama's boy. Now, the new one, Thomas, whatever the fuck, he's pussy whoop.
Well,
and he doesn't know how to control it.
Right.
He finally got a taste of it, and now he's like, "Oh, I need to please my wife because if I keep doing whatever my wife says, I'm gonna keep getting that honey sack." But then here comes Mama, who's ruining it for him. Mama, he's like, "Mama, you need to get your shit together and get the fuck out."
Right, stop cock blocking me, man. Stop cock blocking me.
So you have two kids that really weren't prepared to rule, but the other one was influenced by his mother, so she was like ruling like she's doing now.
But did they have like a? I don't say Joffrey was evil, which is true, but they had like placed some more favor in her way because that was his mother, and he was saying, again, somewhat of attention of her, some of her ruling, somewhat, not all of it. So it still played a factor of his own ruling. No, but he's still cruel. He still got some guidance from his mother. So would things be different if he got the guidance from his mother? Again, yeah. She knows she's using them though.
And Joffrey did what Joffrey wanted. He didn't give a shit what anybody said. Oh, you know what? Take Ned Stark's head. Even though I didn't agree to that, I'm just gonna behead him for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he listened to his mom for little counsel, but when he wanted to be that evil sadistic dick, he was the evil sadistic dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's like he did not let anyone get in the way of his sadism.
Wow.
But to answer your question, is like, I mean, if Tommen was actually trained to be a leader instead of I don't know, it's like whatever was going on. I don't think he'd be the same because Tommen is clearly not a psychopath.
That's true too. He's not a psychopath.
See, here's one thing: we can put that one scene where Tommen went to go talk to the High Sparrow, and Tommen easily said, "You know what? Look back, look at the crowd, and realize this isn't the right move. I'm going home." Joffrey, on the other hand, would have forced his way in to prove that he was the boss of all bosses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just his arrogance and his need to be like, it's like, well, I'm the big swinging dick. Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about how he would have played that situation. Yeah, just that alone shows that Tommen is certainly not the same man that his brother was. Yeah, not at all. But it's just like, I was gonna wait on this for a little while because it was one of the last things that happened in the episode, but the whole fight just pissed me off. You have the Unsullied, okay? These super badass soldiers. They train their whole lives to be these super badass soldiers. Could someone please explain to me how in the fuck they get their ass kicked by a bunch of fat and happy former slave owners?
And in that big room, they weren't even outnumbered.
Right. Yeah. It was pretty much an unfair fight because Unsullied was pretty much all trained, badass. And this happened.
Yeah, so what the fuck happened?
I don't know. It's like watching 300 again.
I think what happened was that was the bad batch of the group.
Oh, come on now.
That was D Squad.
D Squad was so badass. He still took out the grub.
That was the squad that they just said, you know what, you want to be part of my army? Sure. Training, none.
No, that was D Squad, the slightly sullied. The slightly sullied.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we seen who went down fighting hard.
Partially sullied.
The only ones that went down fighting hard was Grey Worm and Selmy.
Yeah. He's a badass.
The rest of them fell pretty easily.
Basically, it's like, damn.
Like I said, they were D Squad. They were low on the totem pole.
Yeah, but that was actually a badass and it lacked logic kind of fight, but it was still a good fight because you saw the main characters fight these evil. Well, to me, they are evil, just slave owners fighting off the people who are free. And that was really interesting because the fights.
It gave us the best thing we've had all season long.
Yeah, but it was kind of like it was more dramatic. It was more personal because the Unsullied and these slave owners, sons of Harpies, know one another because they were slave owners themselves. They know Unsullied, and so it was kind of like a personal battle that was pretty much they know they're enemies, but not fully. So it was really interesting how it all played out. And Grey Worm being the own survivor made it more like a more prominent storytelling for him because.
By the way, the wrong motherfucker died. Should have been Grey Worm.
Hey now, he had his own demons. He was fighting his own demons, and I'm glad he survived that shit.
Did he survive?
Yeah, he survived.
Yeah, well, but Selmy did not. I thought they were playing a thing on us where I thought Selmy was going to survive, and then I read an interview he did where he said he was exiting the show.
Like peace.
See, granted, yeah, we know the one guy's dead, but what if no one comes to rescue Grey Worm? Then he's just gonna die bleeding to death.
No, Grey Worm.
No,
He's a fighter. He's fighting to the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill the Token Gake.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, it reminded me of like 300, like the last scene of 300, where it was pretty much outmatched because the Immortals and Xerxes himself, I would say his name right, whatever, that bald motherfucker, they were all surrounded on Spartans. It was like falling arrows and killing Spartans, of course, but it was still prominent. It was still important to see that fight because they were not going to surrender. They were not going to give up. They said, we're going to fight you to the very end. That's what happened here. They fought you to the very end because they know who you are. They know what kind of monster you are. So they're going to take. If I'm going to die, I'm going to take you with me. So it was really cool fight at the very end.
That's not at all what like happened in 300, but okay.
Hey, I'm just saying 300. The real 300, not that whole bullshit Zack Snyder bullshit, whatever. I don't care. I want the other real shit.
I think the whole story of 300 is that they still died. So it
Yeah,
didn't
they still
matter.
died.
Regardless of which version you get, they were dead.
I'm talking about the actual historical events,
And they were outnumbered.
which they still kill a lot of motherfuckers. They make sure if we're gonna die, we're gonna take all you guys with us. So it was that prominent. It was still a prominent message that you can outnumber us, you can do this and that, but truth be told, I'm taking you with me either way. So that's what's like. This fight was like a good fight that says, yeah, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna take you with me overall.
Okay, that's fair enough. I just still I'm still lost on the whole the fight should not have been that easy, and
Yeah, I agree with that.
just the way that they've been building up the Unsullied ever since they were all introduced, it just felt so off to me.
Matter of fact, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So you make a great point, Dan, because if we remember correctly, the Unsullied was taking over like lands, taking over empires and shit like that with Daenerys by their side, and they're just taking out motherfuckers like, oh, we're taking out this one, take out that one. It's like, damn, these motherfuckers are hardcore. But when it gets to these slave owners, like the Sons of Harpy, like, wait a minute, so why do these fuckers kill them all so easily?
Isaiah, every land they conquered, they didn't fight. They just gave up and gave her her will. These are the only fuckers that are fighting her back.
I don't quite remember it that way, but
I don't remember that either. It was not a resistance. No one didn't want to go with her will, and they all died.
There might have been one city that might have fought back, and they put their best up against her best, and her best won.
Yeah, but it still wasn't making enough sense because
they did that Achilles fight.
Right, it was trained by birth. I mean, it was trained by a very, very early age. So beating them in that type of combat style or type of way should never happen because like most of those dudes should have died. But yeah, I digress.
okay, fair enough. Also, it's like keeping with, I guess, over there across the Narrow Sea. I really like the fairly brief scene between Ser Jorah and Tyrion. that shit just cracked me up.
Him sinking with the stuff in his mouth, like just yelling at him. That was so funny.
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to irritate the shit out of you until you fucking take this thing out.
Which worked.
yeah, it worked. Then of course Tyrion being Tyrion, one of the first things he asks is, "Got any wine?"
Like I'm trying to get pissed way drunk, so got any wine up in this bitch? No. Oh. Fuck.
Yeah. I can't sleep without wine. Well, guess what?
Yeah. And then Tyrion just pretty much breaking Jorah down off of all of his bullshit is like again showing his intelligence. He broke down first off, he deduced who Jorah was, deduced exactly why he was in the situation that he was in right now, and figured out what he was trying to do, and figured out, which I think most of us already knew, chances are his plan wouldn't work.
At all. It would never work.
Laid it all out there before Jorah. And Jorah did not like that shit, not at all.
Because he's right.
Except now they've thrown out the wild card in that they've killed off Daenerys' only trusted advisor.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah, that's true, but that just means that position is now open. Now, so it's like, if I got a spot open for a trusted advisor and my choices are Jorah or Tyrion, give me Tyrion. Any day of the week.
Because
I wouldn't even have to pay him. I just have to make sure he's got wine at all times. I can do that.
Because this one, knowing Tyrion has some faults, he was never a fool. He was never tricked into like believe in someone else's own lives, unless it was all in his emotions. I'm gonna say his name wrong too. Yuri or oh god, the guy who got kicked out of Daenerys' inner circle.
Jorah.
Thank you,
That's
Jorah.
the person we've been talking about.
Yeah, he was pretty much the biggest fuck up of all because Daenerys lost her child due to one of King's Landing's like poisoning her. He knew it, but it was so much there and so much falter in his own size. Like, dude, you suck at everything. So why would I want to bring you back? I lost pretty much having a child. So why do you need to be here again? So nothing in it.
That's just it. Is I'm afraid that she's just going to kill both of them out of hand just because he showed up, or at least she's going to attempt to. Obviously, you can't kill Tyrion, but she's probably going to be like, I don't give a fuck who either of you are. Die.
I don't know. Show's getting kind of crazy. They might actually do it.
Where's the spider at?
Better not. It's like because Tyrion is too damn valuable. It's like, and there was no way that Daenerys would not see that value, because Tyrion at this point is like does not have any fucks left to give. So he would just lay it all out. It's like, look, my bitch sister is over there in charge of shit right now. All right, I fucking killed my father. That's why I'm on the run, because fuck him.
Right,
I got no ties to any of these motherfuckers anymore. And I know everything about how everything they've ever done works.
Right. Which is like, oh, really now?
Yep. And I am here to advise you. Well, okay then.
Because he knows,
he knows politics. You probably wouldn't trust him, like, right away, of course, because, I mean, I would hope she didn't, because that would be really, really stupid.
Right, you should never trust him when
he is way, way too valuable to simply dismiss or dispatch in any way.
Right.
Too potentially valuable.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's the comic relief.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The poor little man can't catch a break.
But I am wondering, it's like where Varys is at right now. I mean, because he was at the whorehouse when Tyrion got kidnapped. At this point, that was a good while ago. So is he like, well, Tyrion's gone. Time to go get a beer.
He's probably searching frantically throughout the city, trying to figure out where the fuck Tyrion went.
I would not be surprised if he brought him there on purpose to get kidnapped.
Ooh, now that would be interesting.
They were going to the same place, and he's got other shit to take care of, I guess.
Right, yeah. Plus the spider knows all.
Indeed, he does. Meanwhile, it's like they're not the only people. It's like over there across the narrow seas. Like Jaime and Bronn arrived in Dorne and were greeted with open arms, with wenches and mead and steaks. yeah. I smoked a couple of speakers. Yeah, and that shit was also pretty funny to me. That whole fight.
Well, he got the use for his hand.
That motherfucker got lucky. I mean, seriously. That shit was like the luckiest shit ever.
He found good use for that gold hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, about fucking time. It's like, I think he would have been better off with like a fucking hook or something like that, or I don't know, like a morning star or something.
He just needs to learn how to use it for a pimp slap.
Hey, that's what they should have done. Is they should have replaced his hand with a sword.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking that when we were watching it last night, but you'd want something that'd be practical both in fighting situations and in regular situations. I mean, a sword would be useful for fighting, but can you imagine just walking around doing your business, doing your thing with a fucking 3-foot blade jutting out of your wrist?
Oops, sorry. Like as you're walking down the street. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have one of it for each situation.
Oh, yeah, because... Okay, wait a second. Okay, I'm going to fight. Wait. Hold on. Wait a second. Where the fuck is that other one? God damn it! Nope. That's my attachable wine glass. That's not it. Hold on. Here we go. I would say like just have like a little hook with a dagger behind the hook.
No, it's a Swiss Army Lannister.
That's actually a good one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, imagine it's just like he's like Ash from Ash versus Darkness of Evil. Yeah, or Dark Army. I know it's the word.
You still got the name wrong.
Yes, who gives a fuck? It's a movie. Anyway, he's like Ash. Same difference.
Yeah, except not so much.
Well, for me it is. Gotta deal with it now.
Yes, we do have to deal with it. Matt, deal with it for me, please.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so.
There we go. We have dealt with it.
So the people at home can't see when we block Isaiah, but just assume that we do it probably about 5 or 6 times per hangout.
Assume that we do it 5 or 6 times per 15 minutes of hangout.
But no, Army of
Darkness,
watch it, love it, and thank us later.
Yeah, definitely. Army of Darkness is awesome. But now that Jaime and Emma and Dorne, it's like they have bigger issues to deal with, because as Bronn told Jaime what happened, word has very quickly gotten to people, to the Sand Snakes in this case, that he is there.
That was a nice scene. That was a nice little fun scene.
Yeah, I suppose it was just kind of just like, well, first off, it's like you had that really, really long-winded one that gave like some sort of epic explanation when a simple yes would have been sufficient.
It was not needed.
Hey, but you know, she gave that long-winded remark and literally just gave the best answer. A spear to the head.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But when that caused more damage than good, I mean, for both sides it is. Like, you're gonna have Oberyn's family go after Jaime trying to get his own child back from the Oberyn kingdom itself. And there's going to be more things at play. If they do succeed or won't succeed, won't they put his own daughter at risk? That's like pretty much like, you know how extractions, like the military does extractions?
No, she was at risk anyway. I mean, Ilaria wants her dead, period.
Yeah, but...
For what happened to her husband.
Because Oberyn's brother, like, he can't do shit. Well, she can't do shit because if he's in power. For the time being.
See, the problem with her wife is she fails to realize that her husband went into combat by his own remorse, and he got killed by his own stupidity.
Ego stupidity.
I mean, he had that fight won if he would have just simply said, you did it, oh, you don't want to answer, fuck it, I'm going to stick this goddamn thing through your heart. But no, he kept on rambling, and he got his head popped like a pimple. That was his own stupidity.
Yeah, but this might again.
She wants war with the Lannisters, but in reality, it was her own husband's stupidity.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. It's the war between the families itself, like the Vipers and King's Landing itself. It's like, it's pretty much unavoidable now. It's going to happen down the road by these certain events.
No, that's just it. I think that if Jaime shows up and literally if Jaime shows himself. Presents himself to the king and goes, "Hey, I just want my niece back. Can you make sure that we get out of here safe? Everything's fine."
That is true.
All he has to do is not steal his own kid.
Yeah, but this is Game of Thrones, so something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's like if he just went up and just said, "Yeah, I'm here for it." Yeah. Everything would have been copacetic, but things are not going to fall out that way. Well, it's like, well, they might have, were it not for, because it's like I know that that Ilaria is going to do something extraordinarily stupid in order to force a massive confrontation.
Yeah.
It's like she's all pissed off at the Lannisters for whatever reason. It actually doesn't make any sense. Like, all the Lannisters that had any problem with y'all are dead.
Yeah. It's down the toilet. The whole peace treaty.
The main person you had issues with is Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister is dead, actually killed by Tyrion Lannister. So it's like, I mean, you should probably fucking buy him some wine or something.
Or pretty much give him the keys to the city.
If she really wants to be mad at someone, it should be Tyrion, because her husband fought for him. You're taking your aggression out on the wrong people.
But Cersei hired the Mountain.
That's true too. It's like
the Mountain is presumed dead. Tywin is dead. We know. Tyrion is on the run.
Cersei is still alive. Plenty of reason to
kill that bitch.
Yeah.
You don't need an all-out war. You can easily just sneak into King's Landing and just
kill her daughter, which is much easier.
Yeah, it's pretty much they're gonna kill the daughter. I have a bad feeling they might do that route.
I guess we'll find out in book 6.
Or sooner, as the show catches up sooner.
That's the most saddest thing behind this whole scenario. That in fact, Cersei's daughter is pretty much she's at risk, and no matter where she goes to, if she leaves King's Landing, I get that. But the Viper family was pretty much being nice to her. It's not treating her like a slave or anything else like that. But since you got pretty much a scorned wife, she really wants revenge on the Lannisters. And so I do see, actually, if that does happen, if they do kill off Jaime's niece as daughter, it might start a war. It might start something. We don't know, but it kind of looks like that way.
I don't see no one wanting to go to war for the Lannisters.
Yeah, exactly. Is that like if you end up killing off Cersei's daughter, what's Cersei gonna do? Declare war? That's not within her power.
Yeah, but she can always convince her son.
And you convince your son, but yet your son ain't gonna be able to muster an army.
That's true, but hey, anything can happen.
Yeah, with the Seven Kingdoms as broken up as they are, I don't think he would be able to muster an army.
Yeah,
especially while still defending against Stannis Baratheon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that might be a cool way that he can just jump in out of nowhere.
Who can just jump in out of nowhere?
Stannis. Because if that does happen, Stannis can actually just do his own thing. He has the element of surprise because they know he's building an army himself, but they don't know what he's actually planning.
I don't think you understand what surprise means.
The way they're going, I say,
if they know he has an army and they know he's coming, he can't really surprise the. Never mind.
Hey,
remember, Stannis is going towards Winterfell, and then he's going to work his way back towards Westeros. So he ain't going to Westeros first. And the one who's going to build an army is going to probably be Sansa.
Westeros is west.
Yeah.
So there's no, for example, right now for this time period in Game of Thrones, there's no one has enough manpower like to start a war, correct?
Not really.
Not on that level.
Almost does.
Yeah, she's the only one that's even kind of close, and she's got too much other shit going on.
They probably do, but they don't know it because who the fuck is watching King's Landing exactly?
That's a good question. Who's watching King's Landing? Just like who's watching The Watchmen?
The Sparrows. They're watching King's Landing.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
I'm betting if people knew how vulnerable King's Landing was, it'd be getting invaded right now.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's very, very likely.
Yeah, interesting.
Someone would. Is like I'm looking forward to see how this whole war thing kind of plays out. Let's see. The one place we haven't been to, huh?
I was going to say I'm rooting for Sansa.
I feel really, really bad for Sansa.
So do I.
I don't think anything's going to happen to her. I think there might be the big picture might be that the bastard's son might get tortured. Maybe Stance gets there in time to save her, and that one scene that they were saying was hard to shoot might be towards him.
Or maybe not.
Well, we'll only
I think Sansa
we'll
is
have
going to
to most
be just
likely wait till
fine.
episode 9.
being forced to marry a psychopath.
And
then the reason why is because while Ramsay may be a psychopath, I think he really respects and fears his father, who's telling him to do this.
Right. And
possible.
I don't know. It sounds like she can be saved, or pretty much can actually escape from Ramsay's clutches, because I don't know, because it's Game of Thrones. We can't think like, well, we can't all think like, we can all
This
think
is
like,
Game of Thrones? Fuck,
Yes, I know,
this was Daredevil.
I know, right? I wish it was Daredevil. Anyways, folks, I don't see that happening though. I don't really see like a positive thing actually happening on the most in that type of way. Because the actors say it was hard to go through, it must have been something really, really like
Look, man,
for characters to do.
I think the writers and George R. Martin have tortured this poor soul enough.
No, you
She
haven't.
needs a break.
No, she don't. No, she needs more torture.
Yeah, I think
she's fine.
For now.
Yeah.
I think
She needs
things
to
are going to
change
get
her.
worse before they get better.
Right.
It's like I'm hoping they do get better though, because like seriously, it's like as far as storylines go, hers is particularly fucked up.
I think they're trying to turn her into kind of a Cersei-like character. I think they're trying to turn her into a manipulative, somewhat evil bitch.
Well, she is manipulative. She's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I'd call that more clever at this point than anything else.
Yeah, but honestly, she knows how to play the game well. She's still alive, which is amazing. Really,
She's
really
alive
amazing.
because of people's help.
Yes,
She
but
didn't get out of Westeros on her own. She had help to get out.
exactly.
She got to her aunt's house with help. If it would have been to her own reconnaissance, she probably would have never made it.
Yeah, but she's very valuable though. So her valuability makes her
She's
more.
valuable, yes. But she doesn't
Right.
know how to play the game yet. She's being
Are
taught.
you sure? Remember, she was with Jarvis for a long time, and she didn't die, which again is amazing.
So just so you know, next week we're going to premiere a show that is only Isaiah and Lou, and just let them go at each other for a little while.
We're not alley cats, thank you very much. We're not alley cats.
It's just
If you say so.
your logic to what you think Isaiah is just totally backwards. So
That's the point, yeah. That's how I keep everyone off their toes, man. If it's backwards, you can't figure it out.
You're welcome, Lou.
we could do that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that is always the best plan in my experience. Absolutely.
I mean,
But,
let's see.
But yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, what Littlefinger is actually proposing makes sense to me, and it is very within her power to do. Is stick around, and still until Stannis shows up. Hopefully, you won't be married by then, and then take over the North. Like, it just makes sense for Stannis to do that, and to make you the wardeness of the North, and you rule the North.
Makes
Like,
plenty
here,
of
have
sense.
a throne.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't think that Littlefinger has accounted for the fact that Ramsay Bolton is a psychopath.
Right. He's very, very batshit insane.
Well, hopefully by that point, Ramsay will be dead.
Yeah.
I'm guessing when it comes to a showdown between Stannis and the Boltons, I think Stannis would come out on top of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, Stannis has, devil babies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his shadow kids and the Lord of Light and all
Whatever
that
shit it is.
Yeah, it's like, and since we're talking about them, it's like we might as well go up to the wall where Jon Snow is just kind of settling it into his Lord Commander responsibilities, doing important things like filling out paperwork and.
I don't know. The scene I saw, man, he was standing up pretty straight.
Well, not until you heard the words like, "You don't know nothing, Jon Snow." Like, oh, not again. Really? I'm the same type of person.
Okay.
You and Jon Snow have something in common.
Hmm.
You know nothing.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
So, Isaiah, you do know that when you say phrases such as, because you said this earlier, You don't know nothing, Jon Snow. You know that you are doing a double negative, implying that Jon Snow knows something, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I just want to point that out.
Yeah. He was absolutely not aware of that.
Exactly, I was aware of it. 2 niggas always makes a positive.
Mm-hmm. If you say so there, Isaiah.
Which makes him positively right.
See, there you go. So you can get 2, -2, and -2 plus -2. That's what you get. A 0.
All right. So.
Yeah. So we had Melisandre really putting everything on the line, trying to get Jon to come back down to Winterfell with the rest of the Baratheon crew, and I was actually really, really impressed that he was able to withstand her questioning methods.
Yes. Well, that's just it. Is I think it was more than just questioning methods. I think that she was trying to create another Shadow Baby.
Oh yeah, she practically said as much. When she was like all up on him, it's like creates life and light and shadows. The second she said that, I was like, oh, I know exactly what this bitch trying to do.
Yep.
It's like, no Jon Snow shadow babies, okay? It's like, that was creepy enough before. We're just going to go ahead and pass on that this time as well, okay? Let's do that.
Is Stannis' shadow infertile now? I mean, can't you do
dude, I don't know.
It's getting there.
I have absolutely no idea. But the one thing I did like in this, like, the conversation between Stannis and his daughter made me actually really, really like Stannis.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, just reassuring his daughter that it's like it doesn't matter, what you like, all this shit. It's like, you are my daughter and I love you. Period.
Which means that was really cool, and that was like he was more compassionate than his wife, because she. I mean,
his wife's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she's beyond a bitch. She's just an awful human being to her own child. So we knew Stannis loved his daughter very much, so it kind of established that even more. And I like that scene a lot more because Stannis is a noble man, which is true. So this was like a noble man saying what was on his mind and pretty much telling the truth. So I liked it a lot. I really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree.
There was something Melisandre said earlier in the episode that I think might have been reflected there as well, and that is she is the blood of Stannis Baratheon. She is of royal blood, and therefore you have to respect that, unless you're a stupid Lannister having a midget. But other than that, for the most part, you've got, like, if it is of royal blood, you've got to respect that, and you've got to love it, and you've got to take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like even she's got that one sorted out. All right, so no Arya in this week's episode, unfortunately. The fun adventures of the House of Black and White is like, I guess we'll have to wait until next week. But in the meantime, we're going to do something we have not been able to do for a while for, reasons. We're going to go ahead and kick it into wild speculation time. Anyone have anything?
My wild speculation I've really already said, and that is that Sansa actually holds Ramsay off until the Boltons are dead. I think something is going to go her way for once.
Okay. How about you, Isaiah? Do you have anything?
Man, I don't see Sansa actually. I mean, I hope it does happen, that she actually does farewell in this whole Ramsay situation, but it's just the beginning for that whole Ramsay and her situation. It's just the beginning. And so Joffrey was a long, agonizing, painful moment for her, but I think we get more Ramsay and Sansa moments, more so than like we see right now. So it's going to expand even more. I don't think she's going to be saved. Even if Stannis was there, and he wants to take over the land, I mean, there's going to be ways the Boltons can avoid fighting them. There's always ways. They're not stupid like, we can actually just make a bargain or here or there, which could happen. And so I see her being saved, which is sad. And I think this is going to be a small thing too. I think there is going to be a war in a way between the Lannisters and the and the Viper family, but not like a huge war, but like in secret, like a whole secret type of like events. Like it's gonna be like blackmailing here and there, but it's gonna be like a small civil war behind closed doors.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Anyone else have anything? All right, cool. In that case, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for this episode of Discussion Vidcast. We are only 4 episodes deep into this season. We got 6 more coming afterwards, and Geeks Around will be with you every single step of the way here at youtube.com/geeksaround. If you have anything for us, you can always email us, geeksaround@gmail.com, or you can call and leave us a voicemail. That number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next week, my name is DeAno Jackson. This has been the Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast for Game of Thrones. We will see you next week for Kill the Boy.
Bye-bye.